Hey guys, Sak here from sakitech, and in today's video we are going to be looking at One UI 8.5 on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra and the S23 series. It is now available for download, and in this video we're going to go over all the new features, all the new top features one by one. So let's dive in and get started right away. Now I do want to let you know that this screen over here is the brand new software update screen for One UI 8.5. So when you do go to your settings and when you do scroll down, when you tap on software update, now you will see this screen and you can tap on this button to check the update. And also if you want to see what the last update was, you can now tap over here and tap on last update. And also you can tap over here to see the software information at the bottom in this box. So this is brand new for 8.5. And I also want to quickly let you know that we have a brand new hidden feature in the device care. So in the settings, if you go over to device care, all right, you can tap on the three dots on the corner and go to settings. And we now have this brand new feature that is known as block apps with excessive ads. So if there's any application on your phone installed that has excessive ads all the time, this is able to block that application. And it's not going to be permanent. You still have control. You can enable this feature, intelligent blocking, but also if an app does get blocked, you can always come here, tap here, and then tap on the excessive to see what apps were caught. And you can unblock them if you really want to use that application, but this is a brand new feature. Now some people may be wondering, how do I get One UI 8.5 on my Samsung S23? So all you do is really quickly, you go to Samsung Members application, okay, which is this one. It is pre-installed on Samsung phones. And then when you are in the main screen, all you do is you scroll down, or you might even see it in the top, but you are looking for this banner. So it might be at the bottom or it might be at the top. You tap on it, okay, and you simply tap here and then you tap on join. You're going to see the button. In my case, I'm already joined, so it just looks like this, but this is where you can sign up. And once you do sign up, then you go to your software updates, and it's going to actually allow you to download it, okay? So that's just one quick way to get it. Let me show you another amazing new feature. So when you pinch the screen, and if you tap on Wallpaper and Style, and then let's go to Lock Screen Wallpapers, I'm going to pick a random wallpaper from my gallery right over here. And what does happen is when you pick a photo of a person like this that is standing, look at this. Like normally this photo is like this, okay? But what the phone automatically does when you select a photo like this, it pushes that photo downwards on purpose so the clock does not interfere with the face. So that is a new feature that automatically adjusts the wallpaper so it does not interfere with the clock. Now you can manually fix it any way you want, but when you set this for the first time, let me show that to you in real time. It is right over here. So when I tap on this photo for the first time, look at what happens. It is going to go down automatically so it does not interfere with the clock. It goes right behind it, and you get a nice blur effect on the top here. Now this is a little darker photo, so it's hard to see, but you get a nice blurring effect here so the clock remains prominent and your wallpaper at the bottom. Then you tap done and you are in fact good to go. And of course you do have the brand new shifting clock option. So again, if I go over here, okay, and if I tap on the clock, I can pick shifting clock, okay, and that's the kind of clock that shifts automatically based on your photo. Okay, so if I bring the photo here, you can see it just shifts naturally, giving you this beautiful effect and animation. So when I tap on done on this one, just to show you guys, on the lock screen, you are going to see this effect right here. Okay, look at that. Look at that. All right. Absolutely fantastic, as you can see. Now let's go back inside and continue. And of course, one of the most anticipated features is the brand new control panel. Now first and foremost, you can pull down the notifications from this side. That's the notifications. And you can pull the control panel from this side. That's the brand new control panel. But on top of that, if I do pull this down, you are able to swipe back and forth. So if I'm in my notifications, boom, I can go right over here. If I'm over here, I can go right over to my notifications, all right? But let's go to the control panel. I'm going to show you guys. This is really beautiful. So when I tap on edit, I now have the capability to adjust all these toggles in many different ways. So with the brightness and the volume as an example, I can make these vertical, as you can see. Let's do the same thing with this guy. I'm going to make that vertical. I can put it right over here. I can then put these in the middle, just like that, to make these nice designs. And also, again, if you do see this bar, this white bar, that is the handle that does allow you to make toggles smaller or larger. Some of them can go all the way, and some of them only go halfway, and then they can also become their smallest. So in this example, I can do the circle or the pill, but I cannot go full. But you can see I can do all these things with my toggles. And if I do want to add a new toggle or a new control, I tap on add a control. By the way, if I tap on, let me just go back really quick. If I want to delete a toggle or a control, I tap on minus, it's gone. And if I want to add one, boom, I can access all my toggles, various options right from here, which is fantastic. Let me just give you one example. Grab, drag and drop anywhere that you want. And again, based on the toggle, you can make it larger or smaller. So that's going to be up to you. And if you want to edit the quick toggles in your quick toggles menu, you tap on edit right here. And you can remove the toggles from here, as you can see. Okay, done. Or if you want to add a toggle, you simply add a control from here. And then I can grab one of these guys, drag and drop into the quick toggle area, and it goes inside. When I tap on done, that is what you see, and you can expand it just like that. So that is the brand new quick toggles. Of course, this is a very simple example, but you can beautify and customize this to your heart's content. It is going to look amazing once you're done with it. Another great thing is, let me launch the timer application or the clock application. Doesn't matter. I'm going to run a quick timer here. Okay, and I want you guys to see I have the pill here. But now when I go outside to my lock screen, I also have that pill at the bottom. Previously, we did not have these countdown pills for the lock screen. Now I have it, and you can see, even when you have the always on display, you can still see that at all times, so you can quickly glance at it for whatever reason. Maybe you're exercising or whatever. You have that timer pill right there, and also right here in color. So that is fantastic, okay? Now, talking about the clock application, we do have some changes to the clock application that make it so much better. So first and foremost, this is simply the new design. You can see this menu at the bottom is brand new design. So that's my timer, my stopwatch. You got your world clock. In the world clock, you have this amazing feature. You can tap over here, and you have this time zone converter. So let's say locally it is 11:50 p.m. and you want to see what it would be in London if it was 2 o'clock in my local time. So look at this. At the bottom, we have a dial. I just go over to 2 o'clock, okay, or around 2 o'clock, and in real time, it shows me what the time would be in London if it was 2 o'clock at my local time. So this is a great little tool you can use, especially if you have family in multiple locations or you travel a lot. So that's the button right there. The other thing is, when you go to stopwatch, look at this brand new stopwatch. So let me run this. Look at how beautiful that is, okay? So that is brand new. And also, if you don't like this new style, you can swipe over and still get the old boring style. But this is the one I like. It looks like an actual stopwatch, which makes it really nice. And if I tap on laps, you can see I get the lap information at the bottom here, okay? And then let me stop that. If I go back over here, that's my timer. If I do run the timer, same thing. I've got this new timer right over here that shows the time is going to end, the time remaining, and also the live counter. And all these are also going to be live if you go through with the whole thing, okay? So we do have a brand new clock application. There's also something really cool in the new calculator application. There is a subtle design change, but what I do like is, let's say I was outside. Let's just go to a website real quick, or let's just go to messages to make it easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type a number 7, okay? Or let's just say, let's say 72,500. Let's say this was an important number that I needed to make a calculation on. Let's say 72,500 divided by 12, okay? But when I copy a number, okay, the phone knows that I copied a number and not a letter or a word. So when I go to my calculator application, it is going to suggest the number that was copied right here, so I can quickly input that to add to my calculation, and I can tap on plus, and then I can go back out and get a different number from another source. So let me just say 7 over here. Let's just copy that. Now when I go here, the application knows that that number was copied, and it just makes the suggestion just for quick and easy entry. Obviously, number 7 is easy to remember, but if you have a complex number, you can copy that elsewhere, okay, anywhere, and you can come right back and boom, you can copy it, okay? And it's smart enough that it knows not to suggest letters or words, just numbers. Now, one more cool thing in the clock application I'm going to show you guys has to do with the alarms. So when I go to my clock, look at this. Let's say I activate an alarm and I go inside to customize it. When I go to the bottom and if I tap on alarm background, I now have the capability to choose the weather as the background. So look at this. If I tap on background, over here we have this featured alarm background, that is the weather. So when I tap on this, let's say that the alarm goes off, okay? And outside it is actually raining or snowing. When you see the background, it is going to reflect the outside weather. So at a glance, when your alarm rings, you'll know, hey, it's raining outside, or it is snowing outside, or it is sunny outside. So that could help you decide quickly how you want to move about with your day as you get up out of the bed. So you will have that live weather background when your alarm goes off, and you can pick it right from here. Fantastic. Now there is a very subtle change to the folders, the large folders, not the small folders like this one, but the larger folders. So basically you used to have 3 dots over here. Now what you have is you see multiple apps if there's additional apps in that folder, okay? So I can tap on those and it does expand it. And the other thing is there was a folder coloring option that has disappeared. It is still here, but you access it differently. So in the old version, you would see a color icon here. You would tap it, it expands, and you can pick a color. But now what you have to do to change the color of your folder like this is you press and hold on the folder, go into the settings, and then from there you pick the color to get the new color. It does not show up here anymore, which I think was a little bit better, but again, you still have it. Another great feature is, if I go to My Files application right over here, okay, and if I launch it, you are going to see this brand new storage share option. Now, any device that has One UI 8.5, including tablets or the latest Samsung Windows laptops, are going to show up right here under external storage. And if I tap over here, my S23 Ultra and A37 are running 8.5. I can literally access the storage on those devices from here via the storage share option. If I tap here, I can go to my Galaxy S23 Ultra, give the permissions, and then I can see it right here. Now let me just go back over here, tap on this one. You do have these brand new storage share settings. You can see lets you access files from another Samsung phone, tablet, or PC in the My Files app on this phone. So that is absolutely great. And you can see available devices right here, and you should be logged in with the same Samsung account on all devices. And that's going to make sure it all synchronizes. So this is just very easy to connect multiple devices and interchange storage this way. But that's about it. There is also one more change. Actually, this change applies different places. So if I go to my settings, you can see we have this floating search bar at the bottom right here. Okay, so that is new. It wasn't like this before. It was on the top right here. And also if I go to my app drawer, you'll see the same floating search bar at the bottom, which is much easy to access. You tap and you start searching. I like the fact that it has come down now. Okay, but that's about it. Those are some of the top features of One UI 8.5 for the S23. There are some missing features that you're not going to find that the S26 Ultra has, but these are the majority. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below. Let me know. For now, guys, have a fantastic day, all right?